This is Crenshaw, Briggs, and VT. We want the touchdown, we not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they about to stampede.
So a lot of fans, even myself, we're kind of celebrating when Lovie Smith was fired because of how we performed last year, right? But when we started digging into what DeMeco Ryans ran, and trust me, I love the pick of him as head coach. Some of the things I don't actually know if from a scheme standpoint are going to be dramatically different outside of disguises. So we know that he likes cover 3 a lot. We know that he only plays man around 20% of the time. He blitzes around 23% of the time. And a lot of people are looking, okay, let's see if he's going to take what he did in San Francisco and just bring it to Houston. But even in San Fran, he ran nickel defense like 70% of the time in 2021 and then switched it up to about 50% in 2022. So in your head, based on the roster we have now, and then, obviously you're having a decent draft, what do you think a DeMeco defense actually looks like, particularly with Stingley, Christian Harris, those particular players, those young players that we have out there? How does a DeMeco defense look?
A DeMeco defense is going to look like whatever he thinks his personnel does best. I find it really funny that, people always clown on Lovie. It's like, we just run cover 2. And it's like, well, you know who ran the most cover 2 in the second half last year? San Francisco, by a lot. You know why? Because they had Fred Warner. So it's like you can get away with running cover 2 if you have that kind of linebacker. And so I think if DeMeco wants to do that same type of thing, like he needs to get a Mike who can get depth, which there are some in this class that can do that, and you can get them on day 2. But like, would DeMeco have run that much cover 2 in San Francisco if he didn't have Fred Warner? Probably not. He's going to do what his personnel allows him to do. So if he feels like, he's got a bunch of man corners in Houston and he wants to let Sting just man up all day, he'll let Sting just man up all day. If he feels like, say we live better in quarters, he'll live in quarters. If he thinks, we really need to have a single high structure with a post safety there to protect the middle, he's going to do that instead. If he needs to blitz more, he'll blitz more. If he's not getting pressure with 4, he'll scheme it up. He's the type of coach that if something's not working, he's not going to rigidly say, well, I don't have the guys. He's going to be like, well, what can my guys do? And that's what makes him a good coach. And that's why I think this is absolutely going to work.
You not really in touch if you not tuning in. This is Crenshaw, Briggs, and VT. We want the touchdown, we not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they about to stampede.